Splendid. So first of all, thank you. It's nice to see you all today. I've missed, actually. January is such a long month. And so I've missed doing these once a month, Sunday afternoon little sessions. And I thought on the back of the 28-day challenge, I thought this would be a nice follow-on. So we're going to focus today on the time of year, basically on the fact that we've just had Imbolc, or Candlemas, which in the natural world alone, we're starting to see the snowdrops and the hope and the promise of spring starting to appear. I know we've got a rose bush outside where there's lots of little new bits of growth and stuff appearing, which is exciting because I thought it was dead. So it's a wonderful, wonderful time of year. It's a hopeful time of year, and it really does mark that time of stirrings of renewal, of rebirth, of life returning, longer days. There's noticing now it's kind of 5 o'clock and it's still lightish outside, which is always a wonderful thing. And what I want to do today is use this session to kind of align us. It's good to, as we work through the year, to work with the tides and rhythms of the year and with the day. I did the thought for a walk that I did for Thursday was just about that, was that, we all have our natural energetic rhythms. Some of us are morning people, he says, having plugged a 6:30 in the morning meditation thing, and can get lots done in the morning, whereas in the afternoon, we might find that we slow down a bit and we're not so fully on it. Others of us will be night people. So during the day, we might not be as able to focus and get stuff done as we can in the evening. And it makes sense, if you know and you're aware of those natural rhythms for yourself, to work with them. So if you know you've got stuff that needs getting done, to do that in the morning when you've got the energy, the focus to do it is great. If that's when you have your energy and focus. But there's no point trying to get the stuff you're in there to get done in, say, in the afternoon when you find it a bit more difficult. And so we can follow and work with our own natural rhythms, but that's also mirrored in the bigger picture of what's going on in the natural world as well. And so this is a real good time for planting the seeds of transformation, of kind of getting inspired by what the new year will bring. And within the Celtic Druidic tradition, they talk about the awaken, and you can see it as divine inspiration, that flowing inspiration. If you're somebody that either paints, crafts, does something creative, and you get into the moment when something, just an idea pops in your head and you're just like, and it flows and it happens. That's the awaken, that's the flowing inspiration. That divine, universal, however you want to see it, inspiration just flowing through you. And this is a great time of year to really awaken that flame within you, to allow this year to be transformative for you, to allow this year to be one that rewards you, by allowing yourself to open up to that inspiration, allowing yourself to transform and flow with it. Also, at this time of year, we associate this time of year and Imbolc especially with Bridget. And Bridget's one of those wonderful crossover characters, because we have Bridget, the Celtic saint, who is wonderful stories to read. I had to debate whether I was going to go into all the stories in any great depth, but there's not time in this today. But I really recommend reading the stories behind Saint Bridget. Amazing character. But then we have the Celtic goddess, and they cross over and they form. And some people say that Saint Bridget is just a Christianized version of the goddess, but when you look into it deeper, it doesn't really hold up. But the fact is, whether you approach this time of year with the goddess Bridget in mind or Saint Bridget in mind, they are both wonderful. We go down the psychological level of it. They are wonderful archetypes to be connecting our energies with and connecting our minds with. So that's what I want to do with today's journey. And Bridget, whether it's as the saint or the goddess, is connected with creativity, with healing and inspiration. And these are all good things to bring into our lives moving forward into the year. And I want this journey to be, as you go on it, a hypnotic journey that connects you to your own inspiration, allows that inspiration to flow, allows those processes of gentle healing to take place in the background. And one of the beauties when we're working on a more hypnotic level is sometimes it's only simple and subtle little shifts that make a really big difference for us. And just to ignite that flame, like Anne earlier on, when we were talking, had said she felt it was going to be a good year for us. And that's what this is about. It's about connecting with that inspiration, connecting with that hope for a good year ahead, and planting the seeds within us to allow us to open up to those possibilities. We're going to do this. There's some of you here who've done the hypnotic journeys. When I started running them last year, and they were really popular. And it's a way of working with hypnosis. We're not in deep trance, and you could quite easily do these just as a guided meditation, but there are subtle differences between these and a guided meditation, which you'll notice if you've done guided meditations before. Yeah, it's a wonderful idea. I came to it when I did all my Druid training. Look, I even got the certificate. And it's one of the things I think it's a universal idea, a universal concept, that moment of inspiration. And in fact, talked about for thought, the walk for tomorrow, which I've recorded. There's every day, every moment has opportunities and moments of inspiration. We don't have to act upon them. But when we see an opportunity or that inspiration rises, we should be mindful and alert of it enough that even if we choose not to follow it, it's a conscious choice, because then we're living fully. Whereas if we just let moments of opportunity and inspiration pass us by and then we go, oh yeah, if only I'd done that, we're not living our lives fully. And following the Arwen and looking for that, and there is an energy behind it as well. I mean, if you think of any time you've been inspired by something, suddenly you have this drive to do it, where you kind of, I want to know more about that, or I want to go and do this thing. And there's this energy comes up with it. And so by working with inspiration, we're bringing that creative energy into our lives more. And people often get hung up on the idea of creativity and creative energy as, oh, I've got to write poems, or I've got to paint pictures, or I've got to be. It was the meditation mantra I gave you when we first started iMeditate. Brilliant. It can be, and when I used to be a lot more involved with the whole Druidry thing, you'd see new people coming in and they'd be like, oh, I can't paint, I'm not musical, I can't write poetry. But actually, when you step back from it, there are very few things as human beings that we do that aren't. In fact, almost every action we have is an act of creation, because it leads to another thing. It creates another possibility. Even our thoughts, a choice we make, is an act of creativity, because we're now creating a direction in our lives. If you're a builder, you're a creative person. If you're a car mechanic, you're a creative person. If you like cooking, even if you don't like cooking, you're still taking part in an act of creation when you're cooking. So Arwen and inspiration is there throughout all our lives. Throughout the journeys, we're going to make some choices. And the life, there's a phrase, I think it's a little simplified, but the life we seek is only ever one choice away. Or that person you want to be is only ever one choice away. And so within these journeys, we're going to be making choices. There are no right or wrong choices in this, other than the choice that you make that leads you to where we're going to go with this. So what we want to do then is jump on the back of that energy, back of that new stirrings of spring, the new possibilities that are coming up, those new seeds, and kind of plug into that. Plug into that hope for a new year, plug into that by working with our own inner creativity. And I love doing this with hypnosis, because quite often you kind of do the thing, and then a week later or 2 weeks later, someone turns around to you and goes, do you know what? I've noticed a real shift in where you're coming from. And for you, it seemed like the most natural thing ever. But to other people, they'll notice it, or you'll look back and go, wow, I've realized I've started doing this thing. And then you can realize that it was here that started. And if thinking back, if you've watched Wednesday nights, session that we did on language and how language can be used in many ways. Sally will probably notice it more than anyone else. Just little ways that we're using the language here to help. I mean, the process, the journey starts the moment you choose to be here. That's the first part of it. And once you've chose that, you're on that, and that choice has created a new path in your life. And so this is about opening ourselves up to that inspiration to allow us to be open to the choices and the creativity that can flow through us and the opportunities that arrive in our everyday life. So Imbolc is a time for us. It's an invitation for us to start crafting personal change, to start thinking about our careers, our lives, what we want to make different, how we want to do that. And I'm hoping that by the end of this session, as the work we do in the journey unfolds for you, that those opportunities, the wellspring of inspiration that feeds our imagination, feeds our possibilities, will start to manifest for you, bringing positive changes and positive things into our lives. They're already there. It's just depending on what's going on in life. Sometimes it can be hard to focus on them. And in again, connecting with the energy of this time of year, connecting with the flow of the new beginnings, of new stirrings, of new possibilities, we're tuning ourselves in, a little bit like a radio, tuning ourselves into the more inspirational, the better opportunities, the more positive things in life. And as you tune into that, and as you start seeing more aspects of that in life, that's when life seems to shift and change. And it's just what we're tuning ourselves into that makes that difference. So we're going to tune ourselves in with this guided hypnotic session today. Before we go into the journey, I want to just talk a little bit about them for anyone that's not done one before. First of all, when we say hypnotic journey, there's nothing to worry about. If you've done meditation, then you've practically done hypnosis. Is my general consensus nowadays. It's a slightly different process. There's a slightly different focus and intent behind the two, but there really is nothing to worry about. And it's very simplest. We're guiding you into a state of inner focus and relaxation. That's it. We all do that daily, so there's nothing that no one's done before. To get the most from the sessions, have a sense of curiosity, a sense of what's this going to be like, where's this going to go. And it can be good not to, if you've done either one of these journeys before, if you've had hypnosis before, it's also good not to try and compare. Because I was speaking to a lady the other day, and she was talking about a hypnotic experience she had in the 80s, which was like a cosmic awakening for her. And I pointed out that every session she's trying to recapture that. And I said, there's no guarantee you're going to recapture it, because every time you have hypnosis, your experience will be different. Sometimes people do come out and they're like, wow, that was amazing. And the following week, they'll be like, that was very enjoyable, Rob. Yes, very relaxed today. So it really there's no set experience other than the right one that you'll have. And to get the most from it, like I say, have a sense of curiosity, have a sense of fun, a sense of going on a bit of an adventure, especially with the journeys, because it's kind of what we're doing. It's just an adventure in here, a journey in here. Follow the instructions to the best your ability. Some people now will have heard this part over and over again, but if I ask you to picture stuff, if I ask you to imagine stuff, to visualize stuff, don't get hung up on the fact that maybe you're not getting it like a movie in front of your mind, or like you're in a 3D holographic reconstruction of it. If I ask you to think of a dog or a cat or an apple, an image maybe pops into your mind, or you can think about it and know what it is that I'm talking about. And that is all I'm asking you to do. However you picture or imagine the words that I speak is the right way for you to do it. There's a lot of people, I think, who've missed out over years because they've been so caught up that they have to be creating this amazing virtual world inside their head. And actually, we're just asking you to follow ideas, to relate to them however you relate to them when you're thinking about it. In the same way that if you're reading a good novel, some of you can picture being there and it's like it's happening, and other people are just reading it, they know what it's talking about. But to know what it's talking about, you have to be visualizing at a certain level, even if you're not consciously seeing that visualization. So don't worry about the visualization thing. Enjoy the journey, follow the instructions to the best of your ability, and you'll really get the most out of this. Are we ready to begin? How we're going to begin this one, like with this, the beauty of these, we don't have to go deeply into hypnosis, although you can go as deep into this as you really choose to. So we're going to start off, I'm going to nod to Mike Mandel for this. We're going to start off with our hands here, and we're going to take 3 deep breaths together. And on each breath, as you breathe out, you can either say it out loud or you can just say it quietly to yourself. We're going to just say 2 words: purpose and creativity. We're going to do that 3 times. Now, I don't want you to close your eyes on the first time and start to go within and relax. I don't want you to close your eyes on the second time and start to go within and relax. But on the 3rd time, once we've said those words, just close your eyes, allow them to close, just in the time that you need to take to focus within and let my words guide you. So hands ready. Once we finish, your hands can just relax wherever they're comfortable. So take a deep breath in, and either out loud or to yourself, just saying those words: purpose, creativity. 2nd time, breathing in. Purpose and creativity. And the final time, breathing in. Breathing out, just saying again, purpose and creativity. And then just allow your eyes to close, just in the time that you need to take to relax now and to just let go. And there really is nothing to do, just relax. The more you relax, the better you can feel, and the better you feel, the more you can relax now, with every moment, with every breath. That's right. And I want you to imagine, just in your mind's eye, picture a candle. Now, I don't know what colour that candle is for you, that your mind will choose as the candle for you to go into hypnosis and really get the most from this today. But whatever colour that candle is, just see it there now, flickering. Wonderful candle, and then the flame at the top. Now, I'm not sure how many colours are in that for you. Maybe there's just the one colour in the flame, maybe there's a couple of colours. But just whatever that candle needs to be for you to get the most from this today, just picture that there. A candle of wonderful relaxation. Just see it. Sense the glow from the flame. And then drift into it. Bathing yourself in that colour. That warm glow of light. As you become aware of that first bead of wax starting to melt. A drop of pure relaxation. As it starts to run down the length of that candle, relaxing, warm, softening wax, into a pool at the bottom, at the base of the candle starting to form. And notice as another bead of wax of relaxation runs down, followed by another, all gathering at the base, forming an even bigger pool of soft, warm relaxation. And I wonder just how much you can relax as each drop flows down, one drop after another, just gently flowing down the side of that candle, melting into that soft pool of relaxation. And as you're aware of that candle, each bead of relaxation running down you, you can be aware of the changing colours and patterns on your eyelids. Notice the different shapes and how, if you try to pin one down, if you try to hold one of those colours or shapes in place, it gently shifts and moves, flickering, relaxing, just letting go. With each breath that you take as you're sat or lying there, imagining that candle, aware of the colours on your eyelids and the sound of my voice as you can relax. Allow yourself to soften and let go even more. I wonder how much more than this you can go. Deeper. That's right. And I want you to become aware of that place within you that feels most comfortable and most still. I don't know where that is for you. Could be in a toe, could be in a foot, could be somewhere in your back, could be a hip, a shoulder, could be your neck, could be the tip of your nose that feels most comfortable, most relaxed, but wherever feels most comfortable and relaxed for you now, allow that feeling to flow and spin within you. As in every in-breath, you're drawing that relaxation up through your body, up the spine. With every out-breath, you're allowing that sense of comfort and relaxation to flow down the other side of you. Letting go of any tensions, any discomfort. And I don't know whether you'll go into trance in a couple of breaths' time, or whether you'll wait and go into trance in maybe half a dozen breaths' time, or maybe it'll be a dozen breaths' time when you go into trance now. But whenever you go into trance, you can allow yourself to enjoy this journey, to really get the most, knowing that the choices you make today will help you become that person that you want to be this year. That person who maybe you're not quite yet. And I want you to imagine, picture yourself in a magical, mystical place. Wonderful place in nature. Maybe it's somewhere you've been before, a favourite place, or maybe it's somewhere completely made up. But a beautiful, magical and mystical place. A place of infinite possibilities where you can make changes and transformations easily in your life. A mystical, magical place that when you're there, you can really begin now to notice more positivity in life. Be there. See the things you see, hear the things you hear, sense the feeling of that wonderful, magical, mystical place. That's right. Really be there. And as you're looking around, I want you to notice 3 paths. 3 paths leading from that magical, mystical place. Now there's a path that goes to the left, and I'm wondering if you'll take that path to awaken that sense of purpose and creativity in your life. Whether you'll take the right-hand path to awaken a renewed sense of purpose and creativity in life, or maybe you'll take the central path to awaken that sense of purpose and creativity in life. But whichever path you choose to take, make that choice now start off along that path. Carries you out of that magical, mystical place and out towards some fields. You can see that path snaking ahead into the distance. As you walk along it, see the things you see, hear the things you hear. Notice the time of day, if there's any sounds of birds. Is there warm air? Is there cold air? Be there. As you continue to walk along that path, a journey that unfolds with so many opportunities and possibilities. As you continue along that path, the terrain becomes slightly more hilly. And the path meanders around this way and that. Until it meets a fork in the road. And in the center of that fork is a giant tree. Beautiful tree. Half of it is covered in leaves. The other half is completely bare, showing all the intricacies of those interwoven branches. Just take a look at that tree, sense that tree. Be aware of the sound of the leaves through the branches and the trees, and the wind, if there's a breeze. I wonder will you take the path to the left of the tree to awaken a renewed sense of purpose and creativity in life? Or will you take the right-hand path to awaken a renewed sense of purpose and creativity in life? Whichever path you choose now to awaken a renewed sense of purpose and creativity in your life, make that choice now and continue on. And as the path continues on through the gentle hills, just notice the surface upon which you walk. Is it a grass path? Is it a concrete path? Is it pebbles? Is it an ancient track? Just continue on. Until up ahead, the path starts to descend. And as you follow that path down, it leads you to a hollow. And at the bottom of that hollow, surrounded by some crags of rock, is a wonderful, crystal clear well, a natural spring filling up a beautiful pond. Just sense the peace of the gentle bubble of the spring as it comes up. Water as old as time bubbling up from the center of the earth, having journeyed through rock and soil to be where you are, pure and clear, and the surface so still that it mirrors the sky. As you stand at that point betwixt the sky and the earth, gaze now into that pool, and I don't know what it is that you will see. that will help you awaken a renewed sense of purpose and creativity in your life. But just gaze a while into that pool and notice whatever that is that allows you to discover that purpose, that positivity, that creativity in your life. That's right. Just a little while longer, gazing into that pool, allowing whatever images, thoughts come to your mind now, with insight, even if you don't know what that is consciously yet, on living a life of renewed purpose and creativity. And so it's time to move on, leaving the well behind, bringing with you whatever it is your unconscious mind has gained, following the path onwards. It leads out of the hollow into a woodland. See the trees, hear the sounds. Be there, each footstep taking you deeper now. And up ahead you notice a clearing. You can kind of make out some movement. It's like there's something or somebody moving around there. And as you come to the edge of the clearing, you gaze within and you notice there's a man dressed in the greenest of green, covered with the leaves of the forest. And sometimes he's walking, sometimes he rolls around on the floor and tumbles like an acrobat. Other time he just sits and rocks and then enters into stillness before starting it all over again. There is a wildness in this green man, and before too long he notices you. And reaching into a bag by his side, he lays out 3 objects. One is a stone. The other is a length of wood, about a foot long, like a branch. And the other is a simple wooden cup. He says nothing but gestures to you to pick one. And I wonder, will you pick the stone to help you awaken that renewed sense of purpose and creativity in your life? Will you take the stick, the wand, and use that to awaken a renewed sense of purpose and creativity in your life? Or will you take the simple cup to help you awaken a renewed sense of purpose and creativity in your life? Whichever you choose now, to awaken a renewed sense of purpose and creativity in your life, take that item, placing it about your person. You thank the wild man and continue onwards. and the path through the woodlands starts to get steeper. Starts climbing up, and the trees, as you climb higher, get smaller, more twisted as they've been battered and shaped by the winds. You start to reach a point where you start to come out above the line of the trees, and at the top of the hill you see a mound of earth, and on top of that mound of earth are 9 standing stones. And in the side of that mound is the entrance to a cave. You approach the entrance to the cave, and to the one side of you there is an offering bowl of water, and on the other side there is an offering bowl with incense, the smoke wisping up. Will you choose to offer the water to awaken a renewed sense of purpose and creativity in your life? Or will you choose to offer the incense, the fire, to awaken a renewed sense of purpose and creativity in your life? Whichever you choose now to awaken a renewed sense of purpose and creativity in your life, you make that offering before stepping into the cave. That's right. And you can go deeper in as you enter that cave. A luminescence glowing from the rocks allows you to notice ancient carvings and paintings on the stones, on the walls and the ceiling of the cave. Be there. As you walk through that cave, see the things you see, hear the things you hear. Notice how much deeper than this you can go into the cave now. As up ahead, 3 entranceways appear. The one is a large entranceway, but it's very dark. The other is narrow and small, but there is a light within it. Will you choose the large dark tunnel to awaken a renewed sense of purpose and creativity as you continue on your journey? Or will you choose the narrow, small but illuminated passageway to awaken a renewed sense of purpose and creativity? Whichever path you choose to take now, head down that one, following it. You pass easily through it, and it comes out into a cavern. A cavern, the roof of which at some point in the distant past has collapsed. And so within that cavern it's open to the sky, and the fallen rocks are like sculptures, pillars of rock, a wonderful natural temple in the rocks. As you look up to that sky, is it day or is it night? And And as you explore, you come to a point, and there, sat, is Bridget. Before her, a bowl with a flame, an internal flame burning. Because the top of the cavern is open, there are plants, even small trees growing in that space. Be there with Bridget. I don't know quite how she appears to you. She offers you 3 gifts. The first one is a candle. A beautiful candle lit from the eternal flame. The second is a healing balm to allow you to heal those wounds of the past. And the third is an anvil. Strong, secure, used to shape, using the natural forces of life. Will you accept the candle as your gift to awaken a renewed sense of purpose and creativity in your life? Will you accept the healing balm to awaken that renewed sense of purpose and creativity in your life? Or will it be the anvil that you accept as your gift to awaken a renewed sense of purpose and creativity into your life? Whichever gift you choose now to awaken a renewed sense of purpose and creativity in your life, to be open to possibilities and inspiration. Whichever you choose now, you accept that gift, taking it within you. And Bridget invites you to spend some time in silence, gazing into that flame, allowing that flame to transform, to renew, to energize and inspire all that is within you, to allow you to awaken a renewed sense of purpose and creativity in your life. So I will leave you for a while in silence to gaze upon that flame. That's right. And continue gazing into that flame, sensing the presence, the energy of new beginnings within all aspects of your life. And as you gaze into that flame, aware of that cavern around you and the ever-presence of Bridget, she whispers these words to you. In the warmth of my embrace, a sacred dance unfolds, where flame and inspiration sweetly intertwine, untold. Blessed be your hearts that yearn to create in the fertile fields of dreams where destinies wait. May the forge of your thoughts be ablaze and bright, a crucible for ideas, a guiding light. In the whispering winds I weave a muse for thee, a tapestry of stories in creativity set free. Through my hands the gifts of art bestowed, in every stroke, in every word, in every ode. May inspiration flow, an eternal stream, in the mystic realm where dreams redeem. And it is time to leave. You thank Bridget for the gift and all that you have gained, even if you're not consciously aware of that yet. Your unconscious mind knows. Leaving the cavern, you journey back out through the passageways of the cave, all the way out to the entrance. From there you continue on through into the woods, down the hill into the woods to that clearing where the wild man sleeps now, waiting to waken up. Continuing from the woods out, you come to the well, that beautiful crystal clear well. The water so clear, allowing you to see clearly the way forward in this year that really leads to an awakened and renewed sense of purpose and creativity in life. You continue on from the well, following the path until you pass again the half-leaf tree. Returning back to that magical, mystical place where your journey began, and you notice that there's something different. I don't know what that is yet, that will allow you to really awaken a renewed sense of purpose and creativity in your life, but you notice that in that magical, mystical place is a candle burning and flickering. Now, I don't know what color that candle is that represents that awakening of creativity, of possibilities, of purpose and positivity in your life. But as you gaze at that candle in that magical, mystical place, it's like you can step into it. And as you step into it, you can also step out of it and be aware of that candle flickering as you imagine that in your mind, just there. Just imagining, picturing it flickering, whatever color that candle has been. And maybe that candle's color has changed now, maybe it's still the same. And even though you consciously may not be aware of all that you have gained yet, your unconscious mind is, and can continue, even after this journey, to work with you and for you, to help you spot those opportunities in life, those things that are positive in life, to awaken that sense of purpose and a new sense of creativity and inspiration in your life. And I don't know when you'll begin to notice that first, but whenever that is, that you begin to notice that creativity in your life, that inspiration, that purpose awakened, then you can look back and know that it was this journey. And that also that purpose, that inspiration, that positivity, it's yours. It always has been. And in a moment, I'll count from 1 to 10. 1 is where you are now. 10 can be eyes open. Back here, back now, feeling wonderful, feeling great, having brought back with you all that you need to from this journey to really make this a great and amazing year for you. With that sense of purpose and creativity awoken in your life now, you can seize the opportunities that life presents and really make the most of all that life has for you. That's 1, every cell, fiber and muscle of the body coming back to normal everyday awareness. Number 2, to really embrace the opportunities, the positivity and the creativity in your life. 3, feel a whoosh of energy from the tips of the toes to the top of the head, energizing, refreshing, revitalizing, feeling good. 4 to 5, take a nice deep breath in. Allow that oxygen to flood through the mind. In fact, take another one, it's good for the soul. Breathe another one in. Breathing that oxygen in now, bringing yourself back, allowing that energy to revitalize and refresh. 6 to 7, just imagine you've just had the most amazing news ever and you feel so alive now. 8, 9, coming back, and 10, when you're ready to open your eyes and embrace that renewed sense of purpose and creativity in your life, to awaken to that inspiration, then open your eyes, feel good, stretch, have a fidget, be here now.